Cooking in the kitchen with my gas making dishes. Welcome everybody, this is Keyzon's Kitchen. You already know the best place to whip up dishes in Mr.Hulahan, where we learn about cooking and certain dishes and also discover certain new facts about our guests. And today I'd like to introduce our guest, Mr. Hulahan.
Hey Keyzon, thanks for having me on today, I appreciate it.
No problem. So what are we whipping up today?
Today we're going to make pizza, and I know what you're thinking. Pizza's pretty typical, a lot of people have probably made it in the past, but the reason I chose to make pizza for everyone today is to show you some of the techniques I use to get a real thin and crispy crust. So we're going to make sausage pizzas. I have my pizza sauce, I've got mozzarella cheese here, some olive oil, salt, pepper, and some garlic powder, and then we have some whole wheat flour. That's a whole wheat dough right there that we're going to be using.
Sounds pretty healthy.
Also, on the stove right now, I am cooking up some sausage. We're going to fully cook that. And then eventually when we compile the pizza, it's all going to go in the oven and bake at about 450. We need to prepare our dough, we need to stretch it out, get it nice and thin and flat. So I have some whole wheat flour, as I mentioned earlier. I'm just going to take some of that whole wheat flour, kind of sprinkle it on here. So then we just take our dough out like this. So I kind of work it with my fingers. Yes, I have cleaned my hands earlier. You saw me wash them. That's an important part.
Is less the godliness.
That's right.
When do you usually make this type of dish?
To be honest with you, my wife and I make pizza about once a week. We really like it. Sausage is cooking at about medium right now. And we just want to flip it over, flip these pieces over, get the other side cooking a little bit as well. Again, the intent here is to try and cook the sausage fully because it's not going to be in the oven very long whatsoever. Well, this is hot Italian sausage, so there are a lot of seasonings already in there.
So like, where would you find most of these ingredients?
Where would I find most of them?
Yeah.
Any department store or any grocery store.
Can we get a look at our special guest real quick?
Remember, everything that he's doing now, he's learned from me.
So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take my dough, throw it right onto the rack here. We have our oven at 450, and what I'm going to do is place it as close to the top as possible in the oven. So we're going to let that in there for probably about 8 minutes or so. Once this is finished, what we're going to do is we're going to pull it out, we're going to flip it over, we're going to put our toppings on, and then stick it back in, and it's done in about 7-8 minutes. You can see the dough is up a little bit, it's rising. What I'm going to do, grab these tongs,
Hope it's not stuck to it.
and just very carefully make sure it's not stuck. So what I'm going to do is, this is the way it was in the oven, I'm just going to flip it over. One of the things I like to do personally, I think it gives my pizza a little bit more flavor, is I'll take some olive oil and I'll put it on at this point. Real light, nothing crazy.
Yeah.
You take a paper towel, your hands or whatever, just kind of work that in. So we got some pepper here and just a little bit of garlic powder.
Just want to eat a better
A bit of sauce on there, and then cheese. I like a lot of cheese.
Who does?
You can decide to add salt on or not. So the last thing we need is our sausage. All right, our pizza is all set, it's prepared, so we're gonna stick it back in the oven. And we'll give it, I don't know, 7 minutes or so, 8 minutes, we'll check on it. All right, Keyzon, let's check on this pizza and see how it's doing.
Let's see it.
What do you think?
That looks delicious.
And it just so happens that I happen to find this in the refrigerator.
Parmesan.
So don't tell Miss Boss, all right, but we'll use a little bit of this as well. Sausage pizza, help yourself.
Let's try one of these out.
How was it?
That was good. Thanks, Mr. Hulahan, for coming.
Good job, Mr.
Nice
Hulahan.
having you.
Thanks for having me on.
All right. Make sure you stay tuned for the next episode. I'm out. All right. Cooking in the kitchen with my gas making.